Hello everybody, happy Sunday. This is weird for me to be posting a video on Sunday, but I think I told you guys last week that I am going to be going on a cruise. My glasses are dirty, of course. I literally am pulling pajama pants out of my suitcase to clean my pajamas. But I'm going on a cruise on Sunday as you guys are watching this, and I'm doing some pre-filming, and because of the way the port days will work where I'll be able to access the internet, I wanted to release videos a little bit differently this week. So you will get one on Sunday, on Monday, and on Tuesday. And I think I will be good every day to respond except for Monday and Friday. So keep that in mind. But anyway, with all that being said, happy Sunday. We're here with a video today. So last week I promised you guys a little bit of a longer in-depth update on OrderlyMeds and what that is looking like, specific vitamins that are going to be used. I've had this information pretty much since the trip that I went on, but I wanted to kind of let things settle from all of the information that came out from that trip and then kind of address what is going to be in the personalized medicine and how that's going to work and all of that. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. If you're not interested in OrderlyMeds, then I guess you can just forego this one and I will see you in the next one. Or if you are somebody who doesn't necessarily use Orderly, maybe you're on brand, but you just want to keep up and hear kind of what other companies are doing and how things are evolving, then this might interest you as well. I feel like there's a lot of you that just might be interested in this information. So if you missed my original video that I posted while I was on the trip, I will try to remember to link it below, but essentially in that video, I shared with you that Orderly has made some changes over, they've been working on this pretty much since October when the first FDA stuff went down. When tirzepatide was first removed from the shortage list, one thing I really love about Chris Spears, who is the CEO of OrderlyMeds, is that he is very forward thinking. He thinks really far ahead and he tries to stay 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of the game at all times. And so far he has been able to do so. So that process started a long time ago. And essentially it started with them purchasing a pharmacy. Now, when I talk about this information today, I'm going to be trying to also clear some stuff up that has been said around the YouTube community in a nice, respectful way, because that's how I like to try to do things here. So they purchased a pharmacy in Florida, which if you watched that other video, you already know that. This pharmacy previously was a pharmacy that created IV bags for nursing homes. So they have never, this pharmacy as it is, has never created GLP1 medications in any way, shape, or form. Essentially, they bought the building, is how Chris explained it, and they gutted it and started completely over, okay? At the time of the trip that I went on, he was saying that they were getting the APP built, that's getting the testing done to be certified as a 503A pharmacy. They're going in with a completely new pharmaceutical staff from, essentially they bought the building and they renamed it. And that is how they've done it. It is a massive building. It is 45,000 square feet. So it should be able to keep up with demand and do very well for all of us. Now, with that comes the news that Orderly is moving towards 100% personalized medication strategies for GLP-1s, okay? When I explained this in the last video, I think that it was a little bit confusing. I was coming out of that meeting, I was hot off the press information, but essentially what is going to happen from everything that I've been told and everything that has been shared, when you go to check in August, you are going to have a more extensive health questionnaire. So the questions that you answer during your typical check-in are going to be more extensive. They're going to ask you more in-depth questions about your side effects and about how you're feeling and about how your weight loss is going. They're going to ask you more, okay? Then once you fill that out, that information will be sent over to the med team the same way that it was always done before. They will review it and they might tweak things a little bit. So they might say, okay, well, this month you answered this about your side effects and said that you were having really bad nausea or whatever. And so maybe we think this combination will be best for you for these reasons. And when I say combination, at the end of it, there are going to be over 20 different formulations of GLP-1 personalized options. over 20 different formulations, and those formulations can be mixed and matched based on need. And so essentially there will never be any large number of people on one specific formulation, which is a really big way that they are going to be able to truly prove that it is customized, personalized medication instead of what a lot of these other companies tried to do, just adding B12 or glycine or whatever, and that has not worked out. I mean, there's been a couple that, you know, are still getting lawsuits because they say that it's personalized, but they're not able to prove that it's personalized. So that is 20 formulations, okay? In August, they're going to be launching 3 formulations, and these are the ones that you've been seeing on your emails. If you get emails from Orderly, if you're a patient with them, if you've at some point signed up with the eligibility link and they just email you, then you've been getting information about the mental, the gastro, and the muscle formulations. Those are the original 3, or those are the 3 that are going to launch first in August, and then all of the other formulations will sort of build off of those ones, okay? In those 3, I have exactly what is going to be in each one, okay? And I know that's a hot question. And again, I asked Chris like at the retreat, and he told me, but I've just kind of been sitting on it because I wanted to let everything breathe for a little while. Okay, so in the muscle is going to be glycine, L-carnitine, and vitamin B12. In energy, I might say some of these wrong, so it's going to be methionine, which is M-E-F, nope, F is not even a letter, M-E-T-H-I-O-N-I-N-E, choline, and inositol, which is I-N-O-S-I-T-O-L. Those are the things that are going to be in the energy formulation. And then in the gastro formulation, it is going to be vitamins B5, B3, and B6. So those are the 3 that are launching in August as far as the personalized options go. And again, after that, as time goes on, more formulations will be added. You might have 2 vitamins or 2 additives from muscle and 1 additive from the gastro one, depending on what your specific needs are. Now, another way that they are going to be figuring out what your specific needs are, there's a variety of options. So again, you will have a longer health screening, or one that is more, it asks you more questions, okay? Your doctor might come back at you and say, I want you to go get this lab work done, and we're going to send you to get it done, and we're going to pay for it to be done, but you just got to go to this LabCorp and get it done, okay? So they will transfer orders over to your specific place. You'll go get the lab work done, they'll send it back to Orderly, and then you'll go from there. That is not going to be a requirement for everybody every month. You may go 6 months and not need to get any blood work done. You may go the next month and report some type of side effect or say some type of thing, and then the doctor wants you to go get some lab work done. And it doesn't mean that everybody in August will have to get lab work done. It just means it'll be as a discretionary patient-to-patient, client-to-client basis, okay? Another way they're going to be using is they did just launch an app, which if you don't have is really cool. I would recommend downloading it, and more things are going to be added to that app over the next couple of months, like through the summer. But you're going to be able to link your Oura Ring or your Smart Scale, stuff like that, so that all of that data is uploaded directly to your provider, and they can see that, and they can use that information to also, like if your Smart Scale says that your shows a bunch of changes in your muscle mass or whatever, then they can kind of reevaluate. Maybe you need to be on muscle. You get what I'm saying? So there's going to be lots of different pieces of information that come together that can help you moving forward on your GLP-1 journey. And doing all of these things is how it's going to be able to truly be personalized and be above the board. Okay. Now, another question, that's pretty much all the information that I have as far as what the personalized stuff is going to look like right now. Okay, it is still on track to launch in August, as far as everybody has been told, and they're still, full speed ahead with that, working to get all of their certifications and all of that done. You are not going to be required to use, again, from what they told us in Florida, their pharmacy. You will have maybe an option to use a different one, but one thing he said was, our pharmacy will always be cheapest, because you're eliminating a middleman, right? When you don't have to use a different pharmacy versus one. I mean, that's why I don't necessarily want to talk a whole lot about Mochi, but that is why Mochi was cheaper. It's because they were using their own pharmacy. They didn't have that middleman that they had to pay. They didn't have another hand in the bucket, essentially. So with all of that being said, what's going on right now and why has it still been legal right now? Why has Orderly not received a lawsuit? Why are they one of the only ones that have not? Okay, this is actually a really simple answer, but it's a question that I get like literally every day, especially on TikTok. The simple answer is because they're not producing anything right now. They're not getting anything from pharmacies that is currently being produced. Everything that they are selling through right now is stock that they built up prior to the deadline in March or in May for semaglutide, and it is all of it has 6-month bud dates. So if they produced on the very last day in March on the 19th, then they would have bud dates through September the 19th. And that's what has come to fruition. So they're not making anything, which is why they are not doing anything illegal currently. They are selling through their stock. That is a legal thing to do. It was a little bit of a loophole. As long as it was made, compounded, and pre-purchased, like for Orderly prior to the deadline, they are legally able to sell it. So, I've seen a few comments here and there, like Orderly will be next. Like, look at what they're trying to do or look what they're doing. Well, right now, they're not doing anything that's not legal. So they're in this sort of like window breathing room place. Now, in the meeting, Chris also said, do I think this is going to keep me from a lawsuit? No, but he did say, I will fight a lawsuit, and talked about how long that drawn out process could be, and it would be business as usual as that lawsuit was being fought out. So he definitely doesn't think that they're not going to come for him at all. I don't think he's that naive. I don't think anybody is that naive now at this point in the game, but Chris is very like, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to fight for this. And that's why I love Orderly. That is the absolute reason why I love Orderly, because from the very beginning, when I started with them as a customer, way before I was an affiliate with them, because if you don't know, I was a customer in March 2024. I did not become an affiliate until October 2024. So it was a long period of time where I was just a customer, and I fell in love with them. I love everything that they do, and I love how they're fighting for us. And I'm so glad that all those months ago, or over a year ago now, I chose Orderly when I was looking at several of the other ones that have now since gone under. So I'm glad where I ended up. And it's actually all thanks to one of you guys that sent me the link to them to check out and all of that. So yeah, that's kind of what we know right now. Do you have to worry in June, July that your medicine's not going to come? No, because again, they're not currently doing anything illegal. The starter pack deal, that is only available through the 19th of June. So if you have not gotten that, I would recommend it. And also I get a lot of questions about what the cost of the medicine is after the 3-month promo ends. So their full price cost of, if we're talking tirzepatide, is $399. However, you actually never really pay that price. If you start with the promo pack, then you start building your loyalty discount right away. And so every single month that you check in, or every time you check in on time, it'll get cheaper. So for me right now, I pay $299 a month because I have the full 25% discount built up. And as long as I check in on time, I keep that discount indefinitely. Okay. So there's not a really clear answer. I believe it's like $370 maybe, something like that. Because again, you build that percent off every single month until you reach the 25% discount. So every month you order, it's going to get cheaper. So I hope that answers that question. But yeah, let me know if you have any more questions about Orderly down below. I'm sure I will get some more heated questions, and that's okay. I'm here to answer them. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow for my normal weekly update. And then I have one other video planned for you on Tuesday. Again, I will have 2 days this week where I'll be kind of in the middle of the ocean and out of commission. And every other day I should be able to respond to comments. So if it's on Monday or Friday, cut me a little grace. Every other day I'll be okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.